All right, baseball fans, get ready because today we are diving deep into the world of Shohei Ohtani,
Oh, yeah.
the player who is really kind of changing what's possible in baseball.
Absolutely.
We've got excerpts from his Wikipedia page, and we're going to just kind of go through and see what we can find out about this incredible athlete.
Well, I think what's really fascinating about him is he's not just hitting home runs. He's dominating as both a pitcher and a hitter.
Right.
Two-way play.
Two-way player, and we just don't see that in modern baseball very often.
Not at this level, no.
It's incredible, and his story is pretty wild,
Yeah.
from Japan
Yes.
to the major leagues
Yeah.
to even a scandal along the way. So we're going to get into all of that today.
Let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani, born July 5th, 1994, in Chushu, Iwate, Japan.
Okay.
And even his high school years, you can see glimpses of the dedication that would become his trademark.
Well, yeah, I remember reading about his coach at Hanamaki Higashi High School
Yes.
and the kind of unique ways that he instilled discipline, like assigning toilet cleaning duties to teach humility.
Exactly.
Now, that's not something you see every day,
No, you don't.
especially not here.
You know, it might seem unusual, but I think it reflects a deep-rooted aspect of Japanese culture, particularly in sports.
Okay.
It's about instilling a sense of responsibility and respect, understanding that no task is beneath you.
Interesting.
So it's about building character as much as it is about building athletic skill.
And I mean, it seemed to be effective because by 18,
Yes.
he was already throwing a 99-mile-per-hour fastball.
Which set a Japanese high school record
Right.
at the time. And, that kind of raw talent combined with his dedication.
Uh-huh.
It was clear he was on a path to greatness. He even wanted to go straight to the MLB.
Yeah, after high school.
But he got drafted by the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters in Japan's Nippon Professional Baseball League.
Right, the NPB.
The NPB, now the Fighters, they recognized his two-way potential.
Yeah,
And they were willing to let him play as both a pitcher and a hitter.
that was key.
That was really crucial to his development. And what's interesting is the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
They were also interested in him,
At the time.
but they weren't willing to let him play both ways.
Wow, what could have been?
Imagine that.
The Dodgers missed out big time.
They did, but that decision to play in Japan first really seems to have paid off.
Oh, absolutely. He dominated the NPB.
He did.
Became a 5-time All-Star, a Japan Series champion in 2016.
Yes.
And even the Pacific League MVP that same year, leading the league in wins and ERA.
It's incredible the accolades just start piling up right from the beginning.
Yeah, what kind of stats are we talking about here?
Well, for example, in 2014, he had a strikeout rate of 10.4 K9. So that means he struck out an average of 10.4 batters every 9 innings pitched.
Okay.
And in 2016, he went 15-5 with a 2.24 ERA, which means he only gave up an average of 2.24 runs per game.
Wow.
I mean, those are numbers that make scouts drool.
Yeah, and remember that 99-mile-an-hour fastball from high school?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he hit 100 pitching against South Korea
Yeah.
in the 2015 Premier 12 tournament.
It was incredible.
It was like watching a phenom in the making.
He was. And then finally he makes the jump to Major League Baseball in 2017, signs with the Angels.
But his spring training in 2018 wasn't exactly smooth sailing, was it?
No, there was a lot of doubt if his two-way dominance would translate.
Yeah.
Would he be able to do it at the top level?
Right. I mean, I remember a lot of media skepticism.
A lot fueled by a couple of shaky spring training games.
Exactly.
But, once the season started, he silenced the critics pretty quickly.
Proved them wrong.
Yeah.
And then the injuries hit.
It's almost unbelievable how much adversity this guy has had to overcome.
It really is.
Tommy John surgery in 2018 put a stop to his pitching for a while.
Right.
And he battled through other injuries in 2019 and 2020.
But 2021,
That was his year.
that was a breakout
It
year.
was a season for the history books. He smashed 46 home runs, struck out 156 batters, and became the first player in MLB history to record 100 strikeouts and 35 homers before August.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
And he was the AL MVP that year.
He was the unanimous choice for AL MVP, an unprecedented two-way performance, and he even received the Commissioner's Historic Achievement Award.
Wow.
A real testament to that groundbreaking season.
So it didn't stop there.
No, it didn't.
He goes on in 2022 and becomes the first player in the modern era to qualify for both the hitting and the pitching leaderboards in the same season.
Imagine that.
It's crazy. And that's what led to the MLB creating a rule just for him, right?
They did.
The Ohtani rule.
The Ohtani rule, which allows him to stay in the game as the DH, even after he's done pitching.
It's crazy how much he's changed the game.
His talent forced Major League Baseball to adapt to him.
I love it. But even with all this success, 2023 brought another hurdle, a season-ending elbow injury,
It did.
which also prevented him from pitching in 2024.
Yeah.
And he still won his second consecutive unanimous American League MVP award.
Hitting 44 home runs in the process.
Unbelievable.
It really is. His resilience is something else.
And then 2024 signs that record-breaking 10-year, $700 million contract with the Dodgers.
Biggest contract in professional sports history.
And even though he couldn't pitch in 2024 because of his injury, he continued to rake at the plate.
Oh, he did?
Joined the 30-30 club
Yes.
and the 40-40 club.
Which means at least 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases, and then 40 of each in the same season.
And he's one of only 4 players to ever reach that 40-40 club.
And he did it faster than anybody else in history.
It's amazing he also hit his 200th career home run that year.
Yes.
Won his first World Series title with the Dodgers. Incredible achievements. And his third unanimous MVP award.
This time in the National League.
He's the first and only player in MLB history to achieve that.
It's remarkable, and his impact goes beyond Major League Baseball.
Right.
I mean, he's represented Japan on the world stage multiple times.
So like in 2023 at the World Baseball Classic, led Japan to victory and was named the tournament MVP. And he was named to the All-World Baseball Classic team as both a DH and a pitcher, the only player to receive that double honor.
The only one.
So Ohtani's a global icon.
Yes, he is.
But, he's also known for his humility.
Yeah.
And disciplined lifestyle.
Which is kind of interesting considering his nickname is Shot Time.
Right.
He's a fascinating blend of, incredible talent and this kind of quiet humility.
Yeah, married to former professional basketball player Mamiko Tanaka.
Yeah.
Massive endorsement deals. But he just never seems to let the fame go to his head.
No, he doesn't.
Of course, there was that scandal in 2024.
With allegations of gambling involving his interpreter. That was a difficult time, but thankfully he was cleared of any wrongdoing by Major League Baseball.
What a roller coaster.
It has been.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but I think it's clear Ohtani is more than just a talented baseball player.
Oh, absolutely.
His story goes beyond the stats and the accolades.
It really does.
So let's dig into that, what makes him tick. How does he manage to be so dominant in 2 completely different aspects of the game?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. I mean, when you watch Ohtani on the mound, it's like masterclass in pitching.
Oh, yeah.
Right-handed pitcher with an arsenal of pitches that can leave even the best hitters just completely lost at the plate.
Well, his fastball is legendary.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about him hitting 100 back in Japan, but he's been clocked even faster in the MLB.
Absolutely. I mean, his four-seam fastball averages 97 mile per hour.
Wow.
And has even touched 102.5.
I can't even imagine trying to hit that.
It's a thing of beauty, that combination of speed and movement.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to hit.
And it's not just the fastball. He's got the splitter,
The splitter is nasty.
the slider, the
He's
curveball.
got it all.
Keeps the batters guessing.
Keeps them off balance for sure.
But, it's more than just raw speed with him.
You're right.
There's something else there.
He's been compared to Justin Verlander,
Oh, wow.
another all-time great, because of his ability to maintain that velocity deep into games.
Oh, really?
I mean, he often throws harder in those high-pressure situations.
So the later in the game, the faster he throws.
Pretty much, yeah. It's remarkable. It's almost like he gets stronger as the game goes on.
That's wild. Okay, so that's the pitcher. But then you've got the other side of Ohtani,
The hitter.
the hitter, a left-handed power hitter who's been, threat to lead the league in home runs ever since he stepped onto an MLB field.
Nightmare for opposing pitchers.
What makes him so dangerous as a hitter?
Well, his swing is explosive.
Okay.
Generates incredible bat speed. I mean,
Yeah.
he can hit those towering home runs to all fields, and he's not afraid to work the count.
And he's got the speed.
Oh, yeah.
We can't forget about the speed.
Stolen a ton of bases.
I read somewhere that he was clocked running from home to first in 3.8 seconds.
That's elite speed, consistently ranks among the fastest players in the league.
Wow.
And it's not just straight line speed. He's got those instincts on the base paths. And his technique is so efficient, especially his feet first sliding.
So we're talking 100+ mile-an-hour fastball, towering home runs, and blazing speed.
This guy's got it all.
It's almost superhuman.
They call him a 5-tool player,
5-tool.
which means he excels in all 5 major aspects of baseball hitting, for average hitting, for power, running, fielding, and throwing.
It's so rare.
It is, especially at this level.
What makes him so successful? Is it just natural talent, or is there something more?
I think it's a combination of factors.
Yeah.
He's obviously gifted athletically,
Uh-huh.
but his dedication to his craft is what really sets him apart. I mean, we talked about his upbringing, but it goes
Yeah.
beyond that. He's constantly striving to improve, to refine his technique, and to push his limits.
Well, you mentioned earlier he had to overcome some serious injuries.
Yeah,
Did those setbacks change his approach to training at all?
absolutely. After those tough seasons in 2019 and 2020, he completely overhauled his training regimen.
Really?
Yeah, he embraced data analytics and sports science to optimize his performance. He worked tirelessly to regain his strength and stamina.
That's amazing. He didn't let those injuries define him. He used them as an opportunity to come back even stronger.
Exactly. He's got that unwavering drive,
Yeah.
that mental fortitude that allows him to overcome adversity and reach new heights.
Hmm.
He's not satisfied with just being good. He wants to be the best.
And his impact goes beyond just his own performance on the field. I mean, he's become this global icon, inspiring young athletes all over the world, especially back home in Japan.
Yeah.
He's shown them that it's possible to achieve extraordinary things.
Absolutely.
If you're willing to put in the work, never give up on your dreams.
He's transcended the sport.
Yeah.
He's become a symbol of dedication, humility, and, the pursuit of excellence.
It's truly inspiring. And it makes you wonder what's next for Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he's already accomplished so much.
At such a young age.
At such a young age, what more can he possibly do?
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
His story is still being written. He's still evolving as a player, and with his pitching ability, expected to be back in full force next year.
Yeah.
Who knows what records he'll break?
Imagine a season where he's hitting 50 home runs and winning 20 games as a pitcher.
It sounds impossible.
It does.
But with Ohtani, you can never rule anything out.
He has defied expectations time and time again.
Rewritten the history books.
It's funny to think back to when he first arrived in the MLB.
All that doubt surrounding his two-way potential.
Yeah.
The media was so quick to write him off after a few shaky spring training games.
They learned their lesson quickly.
They did. He silenced his critics and just blew past everyone's expectations. And he did it all with that humility and sportsmanship that earned him the respect of fans, teammates, even his rivals.
His influence extends so far beyond the baseball diamond.
Absolutely.
He's helped to popularize the sport globally, especially in Japan. He's a true ambassador for the game.
He is, and he's done it all while remaining grounded and focused on his goals. It's a remarkable story, and we're lucky to be witnessing it unfold.
It's kind of wild to think that just a few years ago, the idea of a player excelling at both pitching and hitting at the major league level was considered practically impossible.
Right. It was like something out of a comic book, it just wasn't supposed to happen.
But he's done it.
He really has.
And he's changed the way people think about the game.
He's challenged that conventional wisdom, and shown that with enough talent and dedication and a willingness to kind of break the mold, anything is possible.
He's a pioneer.
Yeah.
He's a trailblazer.
He is.
An inspiration for anyone who's ever been told they can't do something.
And he's done it all with this quiet determination and this humility,
It's impressive.
It really is. He lets his performance on the field speak for itself.
Shohei Ohtani is more than just a baseball player. He's rewriting the rules of the game.
Absolutely.
And inspiring a whole new generation of athletes.
His story is a reminder that talent and dedication can truly push those boundaries. He's an inspiration to athletes all over the world.
So with all that said, what do you think, what records will Ohtani break next?
Oh, that's the question, isn't it?
With his incredible talent and his pitching career, hopefully resuming next year.
It seems like the possibilities are endless.
I mean, he's already achieved so much.
He has.
But it feels like we're just seeing the beginning of what he's capable of.
I think so, too.
It's been an incredible deep dive, wouldn't you say?
It has.
Into the world of Shohei Ohtani.
The fascinating player.
The once-in-a-generation talent, really.
Definitely a privilege to kind of explore his story and dig into what makes him so unique.
Absolutely. So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the things that fascinate you.